Hey everybody, welcome back. I am here to show you another before and after video, and this house, y'all, oh my gosh. This house, I'm so excited. I am done. I have had this house for way longer than I should have, and it has been a nightmare house. I've actually dubbed it my Nemesis house. Okay, so this house we purchased for $86,000. And it needed quite a bit of work. It's actually more of a rehab than I would normally take on. This house needed a roof, it needed a foundation. The backyard it needed lots and lots of landscaping. It's in really, really bad shape. I managed to get everything done under budget. I spent $36,500 doing everything, including foundation, roof, landscaping. I have it listed right now and under contract for full price at $199,900. I talked about it on the podcast. This is a great example of needing to rerun your comps before you list the property, because this house we originally had an ARV set at $180,000. So we were actually about $20,000 over our original ARV because the values changed so much in this area. I can't stress enough, just reevaluate those comps before you list, especially if you've had the property for a while. Okay, so here we are outside of the house. You can see the landscaping is rough. Honestly, when I first saw this house, I kind of freaked out because I didn't know what the heck to do here. It's got this funky garage thing conversion going on here. No garage door. They actually turned the garage into a mother-in-law suite, and they built this strange wall behind there, and just the whole thing looks funky. So I had a lot of planning to do on this one as far as the exterior, and that's a little bit of a challenge for me, honestly, because a lot of times I'm great with the inside, but I don't really have to do a whole lot on the outside, and this one just needed so much with that garage conversion and everything. You can see that the concrete doesn't even meet the driveway, so we had to actually pour concrete here. We had to frame out a wall and add a garage door and get rid of that whole fake wall. Then we go inside. This house had a lot of different types of flooring. You can see there's kind of a laminate floor going on. There's some vinyl sticky tile. There's carpet things. There's popcorn on the ceiling that had to be taken out. The dining room, the molding and stuff was not lined up with the ceiling, so there was a lot of work to be done with all that. That whole flooring just needed to go. All the paneling had to go. There's paneling all over the place. The living room I thought could be really nice because it's got this great rock fireplace, and the room is actually really big and open, but it's very dark, so I wanted to let in some more light. You'll see later there's actually a large covered area behind there that's making the room really dark, so we opened a lot of that up. And on the fireplace we also redid the mantle. I try to have a wow factor, and I know I've talked about that too in some of the podcasts. One of the easiest wow factors for me is just doing something with the fireplace, and I thought the fireplace was in great shape and that we could do something with it. So I had them scrub it down, clean it up, and rebuild a really nice mantle. We tried to put a can light in actually, which I normally do over the fireplace, but there wasn't enough space. So we ended up putting a really cool light fixture there, and then added some new ceiling fans. This kitchen was really, really dark and super outdated. Had a really low ceiling. I'm not a very tall person, and I could actually reach up and touch the ceiling in this kitchen. One of the things I like to normally do in these types of kitchens, they always have these fluorescent lights. So I take those out, I bump the ceiling up, and I put can lights in, and that kind of opens it up, gives it a little bit of height, and also adds a lot of light, which this kitchen desperately needed. You can see how dark it is. The cabinets were actually in really good shape, so I saved them. There's been a lot of questions about that. We had a whole thread going about that in the Flip Pilot group. I normally don't replace them if they're in good shape. If you do a good enough job painting them, you really don't need to. We got rid of all the appliances because they were very outdated and mismatched, and so those are gone. And then I salvaged the countertops because they were also in good shape. I have a guy that comes in and he epoxies the countertops, and it's super cheap and it looks fantastic. And he was actually even able to go over that weird tile that you can see on the bar top. So he redid all that for us, and I think that was about $250. Okay, so the garage was a huge project. Like I said, they had transformed this into some kind of weird mother-in-law suite. They actually built an entire subfloor on top of the concrete of the garage. So we had to rip all that out, and then there was 50,000 outlets in there and a million lights and a closet, and So we had to completely demo the entire garage, the floor, everything. There's a little bathroom in there, so we had to get rid of all that, tap off all the lines and everything. So the master bedroom is really big, and it's actually really nice. One of the things I really do not like is this situation with the vanity being open to the bedroom. I don't know why that bothers me, but I feel like I'm in a hotel when I see that sort of thing. And the closet was actually inside the bathroom too. It was really weird. One side was a toilet and the shower, and then the vanity here in the middle, and then the closet is actually on the other side. And it was a nice, huge closet. So I really wanted to let people know that that's there and make it more accessible. So what I did here was I built a wall. I had him frame that in and actually close off that whole bathroom so it's not open anymore. And we opened up the wall a little bit, kind of made some more space in there. And then we closed off where the original closet door was inside of the bathroom, and I opened it from the outside. So now we have a nice set of double doors that open into the huge master closet and into the nicely renovated master bathroom. Normally I would put a tub in a master, but here the measurements weren't working out. There was just not enough space to put a tub in. I said, well, let's just rebuild it into a really nice walk-in shower. I went and picked out my favorite Carrara marble tile that I've been using in all my properties. But then I found this really cool floor tile that I used, and my contractor actually built these really cool little niches in there to put, shampoo and stuff like that. We also removed all the weird paneling. I feel like this bathroom was sort of pieced together with maybe some remnants of stuff, because nothing really goes together at all in here. And I was kind of sad because the vanity was actually not that bad, but it's just not what we do, and it's not my style, and it just wasn't working with my design plan at all, so we ended up getting rid of it. Bedrooms were all pretty standard, really funky carpet we pulled out. You'll probably notice too, looking through the pictures of the befores, that you'll see the baseboards are all weird sizes. I don't know what was going on here also. So this bedroom was quite a transformation, even though it looks really simple. The first time I came into this house, the freaking ceiling had completely collapsed in here. I couldn't even walk in the room. It was totally full of insulation and sheetrock, and the ductwork was hanging down. There was no doors on the closet at all. We did our normal thing. We built the closet in, redid all the ductwork up there, rebuilt everything up. Okay, this backyard, y'all, oh my gosh. I kind of had a mini heart attack, I'll be honest with you, when I walked back here. I actually called our acquisitions guy and I was like, why did we buy this house? There was an in-ground pool that had been filled in by the previous owners at some point. There was fencing everywhere. The patio was all shifted and uneven and cracked tiles everywhere. They had these weird metal poles just sticking up. And then on the other side by the house, they built some weird, I don't even know, storage kind of thing using the existing patio, and it was real dark. So this is what I was talking about before. It was making the living room super dark, but it was also making the master bedroom really dark because it was all closed in. Okay, so the after took some planning for sure. I couldn't even see past what was going on before, so I couldn't even deal with it until we had ripped all that stuff off and they had hauled every bit of that trash off. Because you can see there's so many things happening here. There's concrete everywhere. And I met with my landscaper, and so I started looking at it and thinking about it. I stepped back away from it and I thought, well, maybe we can use this sidewalk kind of pool area and change it into some kind of entertaining area. And we took some spray paint and we marked everything off, and he brought in a bunch of crushed gravel, and we did sort of a fire pit little area out there. Honestly, at this point with this house, I couldn't afford to spend a whole lot more. I couldn't afford to get rid of all the concrete and sod the whole yard. So with $2,000, this is what I was able to do. I did put some sod down over next to the fire pit. So with the patio in the back, once we ripped all that weird walls, whatever it was, off of there, it actually ended up being not too bad. So then the next step was to try to figure out what to do with this patio type area there. And the contractor filled all those cracks in, and then I had him just go over everything with this gray paint that we use in the garage, so at least it would look uniform. And then I went over to the composite deck and I started looking at that, and I thought, well, I wonder if we can just redeck the top of it. The decking underneath was all in really good shape. It wasn't rotted out or anything like that. So we were able to salvage the composite deck and just replace a couple of pieces. So that pretty much wraps up my Nemesis house, as it will forever be known. Bought it for $86,000, put $36,500 into it. We were listed at $199,900 and actually accepted and negotiated an offer last night on this property. So it's officially under contract now, and woohoo! I am so pumped because the nightmare, I feel like, is finally coming to an end. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.